Welcome back to Coco's Bible Study. As we continue our journey through Genesis, we move into a time when humanity had drifted far from God's design. Violence had become common. Pride filled people's hearts. Many had forgotten the one who created them. Yet even in a world covered in darkness, one man chose to walk with God. His name was Noah. Noah trusted God even when others laughed at him. Day after day, he continued the work God had given him, believing that the Lord's word would come to pass. There are moments in our own lives when obedience doesn't make sense to the people around us. Following God can sometimes feel lonely, but Noah reminds us that faith isn't built on popularity, it is built on trust. When the time came, God's judgment fell upon the earth, but his mercy was also revealed. Noah, his family, and the creatures God had preserved were kept safe through the storm. After the waters receded, Noah stepped onto dry ground with a heart full of gratitude. Before building a city or planting fields, he worshiped. What a powerful lesson. Our first response after experiencing God's faithfulness should always be worship. Then God gave a beautiful sign of his promise, a rainbow stretching across the sky. Every rainbow reminds us that God keeps his promises. Generations may come and go, but his faithfulness never changes. Pause for a moment. Storms come into every life. Some storms last days, others last years. But the same God who carried Noah through the flood is able to carry us through every season we face. Sometimes God calms the storm. Other times, he carries us safely through it. Either way, he remains faithful. As people multiplied again, they began working together to build a great city, with a tower reaching high into the heavens. Their goal wasn't to honor God. Their goal was to make a name for themselves. Pride slowly replaced humility. Instead of depending on their creator, they depended on their own achievements. God scattered the people across the earth, and different languages spread among the nations. Even when people tried to build life without him, God's purposes continued forward. Let's reflect. It's easy to measure success by recognition, influence, or accomplishments, but God's kingdom is different. He calls us to build lives that glorify him instead of ourselves. True greatness begins with humility. From among the nations, God called one man to begin something new. His name was Abraham. God invited Abraham to leave behind everything familiar and walk by faith toward a future only God could see. Imagine the courage that required. No detailed map, no complete explanation, just a promise. Abraham chose to trust, and because of that faith, God promised that through Abraham's family, blessing would come to the whole world. Every step Abraham took became another reminder that God's plans often unfold one day at a time. Faith is rarely about seeing the whole journey. It's about taking the next step with God. Time to reflect. Where might God be asking you to trust him today? Perhaps you don't know what tomorrow holds. Perhaps you're waiting for answers that haven't come yet. Remember Abraham. He didn't have every detail. He simply believed that the one who called him was faithful, and that same God still leads his people today. As we close this part, we have seen God's justice, his mercy, his patience, and his faithfulness. Though humanity continued to struggle with sin, God's plan never stopped moving forward. In the next part of our journey, we'll follow Abraham through seasons of waiting, witness the birth of Isaac, and see how God's promises continue from one generation to the next. Until then, may your faith grow stronger as you remember that God always keeps his promises. This is where we will end for now. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Coco out.